The Parsha begins. Sarah's lifetime was 100 years and 20 years and 7 years, the years of Sarah's life. Rashi comments on the seemingly redundant phrase, the years of Sarah's life, explaining they were all equal for goodness. In other words, she lived a life that was good from beginning to end. At first glance, this is puzzling. Sarah was childless for 90 years. She brought Hagar into her home as a co-wife, creating tension and heartache. She faced kidnappings in Pharaoh's palace and later with Avimelech. She endured personal challenges, family struggles, and uncertainty of Avram's journeys and tests. How could all her years be equally good? The Torah calls the Esrog pre-Eitz Hadar, the fruit of a beautiful tree. And the Midrash says Hadar refers to Sarah. The Tolna Rebbe gives a beautiful insight. He says Sarah was like an esrog. The esrog is unique. Even before it bears fruit, the tree itself already hints at the sweetness and fragrance of the fruit. The bark, though hard, contains within it the flavor of what is to come. Sarah lived in the same way. Even in the hardships, even in the hard bark of life, the waiting, the trials, the disappointments, she could perceive the sweetness, the goodness, the purpose that would eventually emerge. This is what Rashi means when he says they were all equal for goodness. Sarah had such deep faith and trust in Hashem that she could see the hand of Hashem in every event of her life, no matter how painful or challenging. She accepted the good and the bad, and in her heart she recognized the ultimate blessing in everything. The Talmud teaches us, just as it is appropriate to make a blessing over good happenings, it's appropriate to make a blessing over the bad. And we see that from Tehillim. David HaMelech says in 116, "The pains of death encircled me, then I would invoke the name of Hashem. How can I repay Hashem for all his kindness to me? I will raise the cup of salvations and invoke the name of Hashem." Whether the moment is of joy or of sorrow, the proper response is the same: recognition, gratitude, faith. Sarah lived at this level. She waited 90 years for a child, yet she never complained. She faced personal and societal challenges, yet she saw her entire life as blessed. Her heart and mind were trained to perceive the good, even within the difficult, and the blessing within the struggle. We may think, well, that was Sarah Imenu, that was David HaMelech. But we have to know that it's in our spiritual DNA. We can tap into it too, and we do. A few days after October the 7th in Cape Town, as in many other places around the world, there was a community Tehillim gathering, and rabbis from various shuls around the city gave over a brief message and then led the community in saying Tehillim. At the end, when we were all grappling with the news that was so harsh, a pain that was so raw, the rabbis, then followed by the community, spontaneously broke out and started dancing and singing Am Yisrael Chai. How? Because of this understanding that there is purpose in the pain. And we have seen that over and over again in the past 2 years, be it from the messages of families of fallen soldiers to the hostages' words themselves. Sarah's life teaches us a timeless lesson. Even when life is difficult, we can trust that there is good within it. Like the esrog, even in the hard bark of our challenges, the sweetness of the fruit is already present. May we all merit to live with gratitude, faith, and the vision to recognize the good in every year of our lives, even in the most challenging times. Good Shabbos.